An island is considered separated when it is separated from the countertop by an open space that measures at least 12 inches, and there are appliances or sinks installed on the island, creating a gap of less than 12 inches behind the island unit. The island unit is not considered separated, meaning it is considered attached, when there is more than 12 inches of open space behind it, regardless of whether there are appliances or sinks installed on the island. A special consideration is that an island unit is still considered separated even if there is a narrow soffit or drop ceiling enclosing a portion of the open space, as long as it allows for free airflow and access to the island unit. Let's delve deeper into the requirements for island receptacles according to the National Electrical Code, or NEC. The NEC addresses the specific placement and requirements for receptacles on islands and peninsulas to ensure safety and usability. The code aims to prevent the dangerous use of extension cords, which can be a common hazard in kitchen environments. According to NEC Section 210.52, C2, receptacle outlets must be installed at each countertop and work surface that is 12 inches or wider. An island is considered a countertop work surface. Section 210.52. C3 covers peninsula countertop spaces requiring at least one receptacle outlet for a peninsula countertop with a long dimension of 24 inches or greater and a short dimension of 12 inches or greater. These receptacles must be located no further than 12 inches below the countertop and no further than 6 inches horizontally from the edge of the countertop. The primary purpose of this code is to provide convenient access to electrical power, minimizing reliance on extension cords, which are often misused and can pose a fire hazard. The 12-inch rule is crucial when determining if an island is separated or attached. This measurement refers to the clear open space behind the island unit. If there is at least 12 inches of open space, the island is generally considered attached. However, when appliances or sinks are installed on the island, and they create a gap of less than 12 inches behind the island unit, it is considered separated. Now let's clarify scenarios where the island is considered separated. The island is separated from the countertop by at least 12 inches of open space, with appliances or sinks installed creating a gap of less than 12 inches behind the island. This situation commonly occurs when appliances such as cooktops or sinks are built into the island, leaving minimal space behind them. The open space serves as a boundary. If that open space is at least 12 inches, the countertop sections on either side of that space can be treated as separate countertop surfaces, each needing its own receptacle. The presence of a sink or appliance essentially divides the countertop into multiple work areas. Now let's clarify scenarios where the island is considered attached. There's more than 12 inches of open space behind the island unit, regardless of appliances or sinks installed. In this case, the island is considered a continuous countertop, and the standard receptacle spacing rules apply, ensuring that no point along the countertop is more than 24 inches from a receptacle. Even if there's a narrow soffit or drop ceiling enclosing part of the open space, the island is still considered separated if it allows free airflow and access. This addresses design considerations where a partial enclosure might exist without significantly impacting the functionality of the open space. Consider a kitchen island with a built-in cooktop. If the space behind the cooktop is less than 12 inches, the island is considered separated. This implies that the cooktop effectively divides the countertop, and each section of the countertop needs its own receptacle outlet to comply with the NEC requirements. Conversely, if the same kitchen island has a clear open space of more than 12 inches behind the cooktop, it's considered attached. In this case, the entire island countertop is treated as one continuous surface, and receptacles must be placed so that no point along the countertop is more than 24 inches from a receptacle. The NEC emphasizes safety and convenience by requiring receptacles at specific intervals along kitchen countertops. Section 210.52. C1 states that receptacle outlets must be installed so that no point along the wall line is more than 24 inches, measured horizontally, from a receptacle outlet. This rule is designed to minimize the use of extension cords by ensuring readily available power sources. For peninsular countertops, at least one receptacle outlet is required for a peninsular countertop with a long dimension of 24 inches or greater and a short dimension of 12 inches or greater. These receptacles must be located no further than 12 inches below the countertop and no further than 6 inches horizontally from the edge of the countertop. Island and peninsular countertops must have at least one receptacle outlet. These outlets should be located within 12 inches of the countertop surface. Receptacle outlets should not be installed face up in the countertop. Receptacles in countertops can accumulate spills and debris, creating electrical hazards. Under the 2020 NEC, tamper-resistant receptacles are required in dwelling units to protect children from electrical shock. These receptacles have internal shutters that prevent the insertion of foreign objects. NEC Section 210.8 requires ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection for 125 volts, 15 amps and 20 amps receptacles in dwelling unit kitchens. GFCI protection is essential for receptacles serving countertop surfaces to protect against electrical shock, especially near sinks and water sources. If the island contains a sink, the receptacle serving the countertop must have ground fault circuit interrupter protection. This requirement minimizes the risk of electrical shock from faulty appliances or wiring. When wiring receptacles on an island, use appropriate wiring methods such as non-metallic sheet cable or NM cable or conduit depending on local codes and the specific installation. Secure the wiring properly and use approved connectors and fittings. When installing receptacles on an island, follow the manufacturer's instructions and local electrical codes to ensure a safe and compliant installation. Proper grounding is essential for all electrical circuits and equipment, including island receptacles. Grounding provides a safe path for fault current, reducing the risk of electrical shock. Use appropriate grounding conductors and ensure they are properly connected to the grounding system. Inspect electrical installations regularly to identify and correct any issues such as loose connections, damaged wiring, or malfunctioning devices. Regular maintenance helps prevent electrical hazards and ensures the ongoing safety of the electrical system. Always turn off the power at the circuit breaker before working on electrical circuits or equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, to prevent electrical shock. Follow lockout-tagout procedures to prevent accidental energization of circuits while working on them. Lockout-tagout procedures involve disconnecting the power source and securing it with a lock and tag to prevent accidental re-energization. In summary, understanding when an island is considered separated or attached involves considering the open space behind the island unit, the presence of appliances or sinks, and any partial enclosures like soffits or drop ceilings. The NEC provides clear guidelines to ensure safe and compliant receptacle placement on islands and peninsulas, reducing the risk of electrical hazards and promoting convenient access to electrical power.